Hello and welcome to today's lesson on the methods of development. Remember that at any time during this presentation, if you wish to go back and review something, that is quite easy to do in this case. Let's get started. There are 8 ways to prove your point. Good writing has 4 items involved: structure, organization, a targeted audience, and a purpose. Remember that once you understand the purpose of your work, you can choose a specific method of development to achieve that purpose. There are 8 methods of development, and we'll go into each one separately, but they are exemplification, description, narration, process analysis, compare or contrast, definition, division, classification, cause, and effect. It is the writer's, responsibility to pick those methods which you feel will be most effective in proving your points. Exemplification is basically using examples or facts or statistics or quotations to prove your point. On a very simple form, it's, well, others say this, using facts or statistics. You can use a case in point, which can be this personal experience of another person that you write down. And you can also quote from other sources or other articles. Be very careful with this element because you want to always avoid the possibility of plagiarism. An example, she loves to dance. She dances after school for 4 hours and on Saturdays and Sundays as well. This is factual information that can be used to validate the notion that she loves to dance. Description uses sensory perceptions. In other words, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. You can use your own personal experiences in these 5 senses as validation for your point. The incessant buzzing of the mosquitoes and made me feel like my body was covered in huge, hot, red welts. Now, I'll grant you that this is not really a sentence, but it probably gets the point across. Narration tells a story or recounts an event. I woke up early that morning and rushed to school as quickly as possible. I couldn't wait to get to English and share my essay with the class. Remember that this can be used to validate your feelings and reactions to a given situation, but do not necessarily constitute statistical features that might prove a more global point that you're working on. The process analysis is used to explain how to do something or how something happens. For instance, you may be writing and trying to make the point of how metal gets rusty. So you can explain the process of oxidization. Usually a writer needs to explain the process and then analyze why it is important to your thesis. The first step in analyzing the mood of a piece of literature is to notice the setting. Next, look to see if the author uses diction or imagery to create a specific feeling. Then see if you can state what feeling you get from reading the beginning paragraphs. Compare and contrast is used to discuss the similarities and differences between 2 or more things. It's mostly used when 2 or more people, places, events, or things are being analyzed. Summer is better than winter because being hot is much better than being cold. Division classification is used to sort into parts or to divide a whole into parts. This is mostly used when a writer wants to analyze and then group similar items or divide one item up into parts. I have 3 types of friends: the ones I hang out with, the ones I study with, and the ones that let me cry on their shoulder. Definition is used to define or explain a term, or an idea. It is used to trace the boundaries of something. They use definition for essays on an abstract, specialized, or new terms that need further explanation so that your reader understands your point. Love means having compassion and understanding without judgment. Cause and effect. It's used to describe why something happened or to describe the results of an event, action, or condition. It is frequently used in the study of history to examine past events and to analyze their outcomes. Because there were 1,500 students, the school created 2 lunches. Finally, it's important that you understand that many of these methods of development work together. In fact, it probably is a good idea to use at least 2 methods of development to really solidify and prove your points. You can use multiple methods to develop your essay and support your claims. In fact, they often overlap. Some methods are more effective than others in certain instances. The writer must determine the best strategy for a piece of writing. So again, as we said in the beginning, please feel free to go back and look over these various elements in the methods of development. And also, when you start writing, go back and review them constantly so that you might come up with other ideas to more firmly establish and prove your points. Thank you.